You can't make it any sooner than that? Well, I mean, this patient needs surgery right away. No, the end of next week, that's going to be too late. It really is. Uh-huh. Well, I've already tried Dr. Black in Phoenix, and it's no good. He's in Europe. Oh, well, I'm sorry, too, yeah. Okay, thanks very much for your time. Bye.
You still haven't been able to find anyone for Tony?
No, that was Dr. Walters in L.A. He was one of my last hopes.
What about that surgeon you were talking to in Toronto?
I'm still waiting to hear back from him, but I'm not very hopeful. Well, Katie, what can I do for you?
Well, I brought you some coffee, get you through the day. And, have you seen Hillary?
No, not all day.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Why, something wrong?
She didn't report for work today. I tried to find her at home. I've looked everywhere. Hillary seems to have disappeared.
Okay, darling, close your eyes.
What do you want to?
You'll see.
Oh, Daddy, what?
Surprise. What do you think, darling?
You brought all my things from Tulsa.
Yeah?
Why?
Well, I wanted to be like old times. You know, just put my little girl in her dollhouse. Oh, baby. Hey, what's wrong?
Daddy, I'm growing up too fast.
Phillip, darling, I'm so glad you brought your lovely bride to be over.
Well, I'm glad you want to get to know her.
Looks so that you wanted to see me about something.
I have that bridal book I was telling you about with all the arrangements. Would you like to see it?
Oh, I'd love to.
Come along, then. I have it right in here.
Dad, I need to talk to you for a second.
Of course, son. What is it?
Well, no, it's private.
Well, I have no secrets from your Aunt Alex.
I understand that. Ross just called me from the DA's office.
What's Ross doing at the DA's office?
Bradley Raines was just arrested.
All right, Andrews, what's going on now?
If you won't come out on your own, I'm going to cut you out.
Guiding Light. This portion is presented by Zest, the deodorant beauty bar with a clean so clean you can actually feel it. And by Mr. Clean, for a clean so shiny you might think it's wet.
Both of you, get away from that door!
You're through giving orders. I'm in charge here, and I'm not letting anybody run renegade through my hospital.
I'm not trying to cause any trouble, Andrews. I just want to finish my research.
That's not your research anymore. The lab and all the material in it belong to the Spaulding Foundation.
But I'm almost there. I can't stop now. Don't you see that? I almost have a cure for the dreaming death.
You working on that disease they talked about on 60 Minutes?
Just mind your own business and get back to work.
They said that was real dangerous.
It's real dangerous. In fact, it's deadly.
Don't listen to him. Just do your job. Get back to work.
You want this man to die, Andrews? You want to die?
The only thing that's going to die is your involvement in this.
I'm warning the both of you. You'll be risking your life if you come through that door.
Spare me the theatrics, Doctor. Now cut through that door.
I've isolated this virus. It's isolated. Anyone who comes through that will be exposed to it.
Ah, come on, Doctor. You don't really expect us to believe that you'd expose yourself to it. Now cut through that door.
Andrews, Dr. Stevens died of the disease. I probably exposed myself to it, and chances are you will be too if you come through that door.
What are you doing? Where do you think you're going?
Get yourself another man. There's no way I'm risking my life to open some door.
Well, disappeared's kind of a strong word, wouldn't you say?
Well, nobody's seen her since yesterday morning. I'm starting to get worried.
Well, apparently you're not the only one.
Why? Somebody else looking for her?
Yeah, Dr. Stevens called for her yesterday.
From San Rios?
I guess, it was really kind of a strange call. He insisted on talking to her, but then we got cut off before he could explain.
Huh. Well, that shoots that theory.
What, you thought Jim might have known where she was?
I thought she went down there after him.
Well, what gave you an idea like that?
Well, Jim had an envelope, a letter for Hillary, at the front desk. It's gone. I thought she read it and went down there after him.
No, Hillary wouldn't do something rash like that. That's not like her.
She wouldn't do something rash like skip work and not tell anybody about it either.
Who was the last person who saw her?
Well, I'm not sure about this, but I think it might have been Warren Andrews.
Might have known.
Yeah. One of the nurses at the front desk said that Hillary had an envelope for Jim from the Disease Control Center in Atlanta. She went down to Andrews' office to send it off Air Express, and nobody's seen or heard from her since.
All right, Katie, thank you for filling me in on this.
Sure. Are you going to see Andrews?
Yeah, you bet. I'm going to get to the bottom of this one way or another.
Excuse me, Aunt Ellen? Aunt Ellen?
Well, darling, you really should be in on this. It's your wedding, too, you know.
Your aunt has the most terrific ideas.
Yeah, I'm sure. Can we look at them later? Could you do me a favor? I need to talk to my dad for a few minutes. Could you all excuse us for just a sec?
Of course.
Thank you.
Emily's making tea. I'll see if it's ready.
Thank you.
You want to come with me?
Sure, yeah.
Thanks.
What's this about Bradley Raines being arrested?
Ross got an anonymous tip that he was going to try to leave the country, so he called the police, and they nabbed him out at the airport. He had a fake ID, and he had a fake passport. Now, where does a guy like Bradley Raines get something like that, huh?
Well, it's not that difficult. Criminals do it all the time.
Well, they're going to find out when they question him, I'm sure.
Well, yes, I'm sure they will. But I assume he'll be extradited to New York on that weapons possession charge.
No, he's got to stay in Springfield. He's got more serious charges than that to face.
What else has he done?
Today, Beth and her mother swore out a warrant against him for assault and battery, and also for statutory rape.
My God. You're not saying what I think you are.
Yeah, he's been abusing Beth and her mom for a long time. Last fall, the night of homecoming, he raped Beth.
Good Lord.
Yeah, he's a real pig. But this time they've got him, and they're going to make him pay for everything that he's ever done.
Here we are, back again, piping hot tea for everyone.
That's great. Do you need some help?
No, I'm fine, thank you. Alan, will you be joining us?
Yes, of course.
I hope we didn't interrupt anything.
No.
Well, Beth, I understand you're studying art at the university.
It's my minor.
Well, perhaps you'd be interested in seeing this sculpture.
Oh, yeah, go look at it.
It's beautiful. Isn't it an original?
Oh, yes, it is. There are others in the library if you'd like to see them.
You will have to wait. I have already poured the tea. What will you have, Alan, darling? Honey or lemon?
Who is it?
It's me, Vanessa. Yeah, yeah.
Come on in. Hi. Hi.
Well, you must really like your new room. You've been spending so much time in it.
It's just like my old room back in Tulsa.
Well, yes, I know. That's why your father sent for all these lovely things. He wanted to make sure you'd be very happy in it.
I am.
Uh-huh. Well, it must be something else.
What must be something else?
Well, it's very obvious that you're not happy, and your father is terribly concerned about you.
Yeah, well, it's just a mood, that's all.
Just a mood?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I know about those moods. I really do. I remember when I was your age, and I used to have some devastating moods.
Never went through anything like this, though.
I beg your pardon, young lady. I did. And what's more, I didn't have a mother to talk to either. I just had Daddy, and that's just exactly like you and Billy.
Yeah, well, I don't need a mother right now.
Oh, well, good. I don't think I could be a mother if I tried.
What's it like
What?
to be a mother?
Oh, I don't know. I've never given it any thought.
Well, how about now?
What do you mean?
Well, do you think you ever would?
Oh, you're talking about my having a child? Are you saying that you want a little baby brother or a little baby sister?
Well, baby wouldn't be so bad around the house.
Oh. Well, sit down, darling. Well, I'll tell you something. Now, if your father and I ever decided that we were going to have a child, we would spend a great deal of time thinking about it first.
Why?
Why? Well, for heaven's sakes, I mean, if you decide to have a child, that's the biggest responsibility you can imagine. You have to... Little babies depending on you for absolutely everything, and you have to make sure that you... Anyway, what I wanted to say when I came in was that I realized that your father and I got married very quickly, and that it must have been a shock to you. And I know that you're not used to sharing him, so I just wanted to say that I'm not going to come between you.
Oh, well, I'm not worried about that. You and I could probably get along real well.
Really?
If there was time.
What do you mean? There's a lot of time.
I'm growing up.
Well, so that doesn't mean that we can't be close.
Yeah, well, I'm changing, and nothing's going to be the same for me again.
Mindy, now, are you upset because Philip and Beth got engaged?
No. Did you think that you were in love with somebody, and then something happened, and then you realized that you weren't really?
Oh, sure. Yeah, a lot of times.
Yeah, when Rick and I were in New York, it taught me a lot. Before, I was just a kid, and I didn't know what I was doing. I did a lot of stupid things.
Oh, well, wait a minute, because I don't think that what you felt for Philip was at all stupid.
It's nothing like I have for Rick. He loves me.
He does? Oh, that's wonderful. Well, how do you feel?
He thinks I'm perfect. I don't know, he wants me to be, he expects me to be much more than I am. More than I could ever be.
Oh. Well, you know what I think? I think that you're feeling very pressured by what Rick expects you to be.
I don't know, I'm just confused. All I ever wanted was for my life to be beautiful, romantic, and full of fun.
Well, there's no reason it can't be.
Yeah, why is everything so serious?
You may have scared off the locksmith with your virus, but it's a hollow victory. You can't hold out forever.
Not trying to hold out forever. How many times do I have to tell you? My work is nearing completion.
Oh, it's completed, all right. You better believe it.
Andrews, I'm not leaving this lab until I have a cure, and that's final.
But you're going to need supplies. Food, equipment.
I already have one. I've stocked the lab with everything I need, and if there's something I've missed, I've got friends on the outside.
I hope those friends are more reliable than Hillary Bauer.
Sorry, I don't believe Hillary's turned against me.
She hasn't been around, has she?
It's probably because you have something to do with it.
Everybody's turned their back on you. Not one single person wants anything to do with you.
Not a single person knows I'm here except for you and Hillary. Everyone else thinks I'm in San Rios.
And that's how it's going to continue. I have you completely isolated, and I'm going to keep you that way. All of your phone calls have been rerouted through my office. I am your only link to the outside world. What are you doing?
You might as well resign yourself to living with me here, Andrews, because there's no way you're going to kick me out of my lab. Anyone here?
Yeah, hello, Warren Andrews' office.
Who is this?
Dr. Bauer, who's this?
Ed. Ed, it's Jim. Thank God I finally got a hold of you. Get down to my lab as soon as you can.
What's going on? Where are you?
I don't have time to explain. Just get down here, Ed. It's important.
I'm on my way.
We'll continue with part 2 of Guiding Light in a moment.
This week on As the World Turns.
I love you. I loved you the first day I saw you, and I'm gonna love you till the day I die. I want to ask you now so nobody else will beat me to it.
Then Craig forces Marco to make a choice.
Your brother? Can you turn in your own brother?
If I have to.
As the World Turns.
Reardon, open this door! What is going on in here?
It's none of your business.
Anything that affects the medical personnel of this hospital is my business.
Look, Dr. Bauer, Dr. Reardon is no longer on staff. He's gone back to San Rios. You know that.
Well, I just talked to him on the phone, and he said he was in here.
Reardon! Reardon, get out here right now! I can't come out! How many times do I have to explain the danger involved to you?
Dr. Bauer, see if you can talk some sense into your brother-in-law.
Ed, I'm so relieved you're here. I have to talk to you.
Well, you better talk. And you better talk fast.
What are you doing in there?
So anyway, Regina today found out that Burns is in love with her, see, and that he plans to divorce Harriet so that they can get married. But Burns says he's going to have to wait a little while because Harriet's other daughter, Heather, is upset and confused because now her half-sister is going to be her stepmother, which would also mean that Regina would become her own stepmother and that her mother would be her stepdaughter. Follow that?
Now, wait a minute. Does Harriet know any of this yet?
We have to tune in tomorrow and find out. Can hardly wait for the big wedding.
Oh, well, you're going to have to wait a while because, you know, Harriet's not going to take this lying down. She's going to, you know, be fighting this for months.
Yeah, I wish Ed would hurry up and find me a doctor. You know, I'm really getting hooked to these stupid things.
He'll find you one. He's just holding out for the best.
I know the best. I just wish he'd do it.
Ed would do it if he could.
Yeah, I know. Hey, why don't you go home and get some sleep?
I'm okay. I'm just a cup of coffee. I'll be bouncing off the walls again.
Go straight to bed. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Please. I'll rest a lot better if you do.
I love you so much. Don't you ever forget that.
Well, on our 50th wedding anniversary, we'll be laughing about this.
That won't be long. Just about an hour or so, okay?
Good. Get an hour's worth of peace and quiet.
Lujack?
Hi, Teach.
How's the boss?
He's doing pretty well. How long have you been hanging around here?
I was just kind of passing by, that's all.
So why don't you go in and see him?
You don't want to see me. What does he want to see me for? I'm the reason why he's in all this trouble.
Hey, Lujack, come on. I've told you Tony doesn't blame you for any of this.
Oh, everybody else does.
I don't.
Dr. Landon.
You know, your old man is one tough dude to figure out. I mean, if anybody'd done to me what I did to him, forget it, man. I have my whole gang all over them.
Well, I think Tony has had his gang all over you. We just use different methods. Come on, go in and see him, Lujack. Make your peace with him.
Ed, I need your help. Well, you're not going to get it until you stop keeping things from me.
I'm not trying to keep things from you. What do you want to know?
What I have wanted to know from the very beginning, what is the nature of your research?
Do you know anything about the Ixtave virus?
You're talking about what the newspapers are calling the dreaming death, right?
Right, Ed, that's what I've been working on, and I'm very, very close to a breakthrough. I just need some more time.
You don't need more time. You need to work with experts within the field. You got to work within the system.
No, working within the system will only slow me down.
Have you ever tried?
Warren Andrews is part of the system, Ed. He's tried to stop me entirely.
You aware of the risk you're taking? This could ruin your whole reputation. I mean, the media is going to brand you like some kind of a mad scientist.
And I could care less. The most important thing right now is finding a cure for this disease.
What about your family? I mean, don't they matter? What about Tony?
Of course they matter. Tony matters. He's my brother. I love him. I'd be there with him right now if I could leave this room.
Well, you can't let Warren Andrews keep you from your family.
And it's not Warren Andrews. I have a live virus here. If I leave this room, I could infect someone.
Oh, Jim. You should have come to me sooner with this.
I wanted to. I had to act fast, Ed, believe me. If there was anything I could do for Tony, I would be there with him right now. If I was a surgeon, I'd be in that operating room with him right now.
Like I should be, right?
Like you could be.
You know how long it's been since I performed surgery?
Have you found someone else?
No.
Then we're wasting time, Ed. I saw Tony's CAT scan. Every hour that we waste makes Tony's surgery more.
Oh, God, don't you think I know that?
Look, Ed. You have a life to save in OR. I have lives to save here. What do you say we both get to work?
All right. Now, let's get on with it, Doctor. Like you said, time is running out.
You'll back me up on this?
Well, I don't know how you expect to get away with it, but yes, I'm behind you. You just tell me what you want me to do.
Get Warren Andrews off my back.
Is Dr. Reardon coming out?
Nope.
Well, you can see what we're up against.
We're not up against anything.
Don't tell me you're going to defend Reardon's actions.
I don't think his barricading himself in his lab is any worse than you cutting him off from his research.
But that should make you very happy, Doctor. It was you who always objected to his research.
What I objected to was the secrecy under which it was conducted.
I knew you would change your tune the minute you found out that Reardon was your wife's brother. For all the royal family of Cedars, blood is thicker than water, always.
He's my brother-in-law. That's got nothing to do with my position.
Tell me that you would act differently with anyone else. Reardon is an imposter. He's a phony. I want him out of this hospital, and I want him out now.
Well, when it comes to the medical personnel, I'll do the hiring, and I will do the firing.
The Spaulding Foundation financed his research. They'll have the final say whether he continues or not.
The Spaulding Foundation?
It was a grant. It was a private grant.
That's why you're here, isn't it? Because of the Spaulding Foundation. They're the ones who are really pulling the strings in this hospital.
I am the administrator. I make the decisions.
Let me tell you something. The Spaulding Foundation can withdraw its grant because I'll come up with the money elsewhere.
And where would you come up with that kind of capital?
I'll worry about that. See, I know what's going on in that lab now. And I know that it's important that Dr. Reardon continue with his research.
Don't you push me, Bauer.
Oh, I will. And with so much pleasure.
If you try to assist Reardon, I'll see to it you regret it.
Where's Hillary?
What?
Hillary. My sister. What's happened to her?
I can't be expected to keep track of all the Bauers wandering around this hospital.
You were the last person who saw her.
Says who?
The nurses at 4 East. They said that she left there for your office with an envelope for Dr. Reardon.
Well, she never got here.
I hope you're telling the truth. Because your threats are going to seem like nothing compared to what I'm going to do to you if you are keeping Hillary from Jim.
I don't have to listen to this. Get out of my office.
I'm on my way. I've got another brother-in-law to take care of. You know, I really don't want any more problems with you, Andrews. Tony's about to go into surgery.
Oh, really? Don't tell me you found a surgeon with the necessary skills. Dr. Bauer.
Again?
I don't run away from nothing. I thought you were sleeping.
What are you doing here?
Nothing special.
Oh, you're just hanging out in hospitals now.
I heard you were kind of wasted.
Well, that's funny. I never figured you for the worrying kind.
Well, you know, the court stuck me in your custody. I don't know what's going to happen to me if you croak.
They might decide it was your fault and put you away for good.
It is my fault.
That's an apology?
Look, man, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Well, that sounds a little more like an apology.
Look, you want to make an apology? Make an apology. Look, what I did was stupid, okay? Now that I know you, I wish I hadn't done it. It's stupid. Forget it. You're the first person that's ever been decent to me.
What about your parents?
I told you, man, I ain't got no parents.
Everybody's got parents. Come on, what's the story with your folks?
My old man was always too busy for me.
Doing what?
Looking out for other people.
All right, how about your mom?
Whatever that is. She split on me when I was a kid.
Apology accepted.
Good. Hey, man, you gonna be okay, or what?
Well, if you're worried about them coming after you for murder or manslaughter, don't. They're gonna have a construction crew come in and do a little work on my head, And a couple weeks after that, I'm going to be back in company, and I'm going to work your tail off.
Is that a promise or a threat?
Both.
Hey, I gotta get back to the hospital. I gotta get back to the bar, man. It's happy hour. And Parker won't be too happy if I don't show, so...
Yeah, listen. Don't let him get to you, okay?
Oh, man. I can take anything that guy dishes out.
Listen, he's a good guy. He's just worried about me.
Hey, you be cool, huh?
When you look up cool in the dictionary, they got my picture there.
Oh, man.
Hey.
What?
Thanks for coming by.
No sweat, man.
Oh, honey, did you find a surgeon for Tony yet?
No, still no luck. But I do have other news.
Well, I hope it's good news. I could use some about now.
Well, I'm afraid it's kind of that good news, bad news situation. It turns out that your brother Jim did not desert the family after all.
What are you talking about? I read in the newspaper that he flew off to San Rios.
No, he wasn't on the plane.
Well, then, where is he?
He's downstairs in his lab.
In his lab? I thought didn't Warren Andrews fire him?
Well, Jim had other ideas, so he's barricaded himself in and he won't leave.
Why?
Because he's a Reardon. And he likes to do things the hard way.
Oh. Do you think I can go down and see him there?
Yeah, I got a hunch he'd like that very much. Hey, I know my rights. I didn't do anything. You're not going to make this stick.
That's for the judge to decide.
Hey, what about my phone call? I'm entitled to make one phone call. You haven't let me make it yet.
Cool down. When we're done booking you, then you can make your phone call. Come on.
And I'll tell you something. Then you're going to be sorry you ever treated me like this. Oh, thanks a lot.
Jimmy?
Just a minute. Maureen, what are you doing here?
Ed told me you were down here. Can I come in?
No, honey.
No, you can't. It's too dangerous.
Jimmy, are you all right in here?
Yeah, if Warren Andrews leaves me alone, I'll be just fine.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, there is. I need to talk to Hillary.
Well, okay. I don't think she's in the hospital today, but I'll track her down if it's really important.
Great.
There's something else I want you to do first, though.
Sure, anything.
You get Ed to perform that surgery on Tony.
No, I can't do that.
Oh, Tony's life depends on it.
I can't do that. Ed is the only one who can make that decision.
And he's scared.
I know he's scared. I'm scared, too.
Why?
Why? Ed's one of the best surgeons around.
No, he was one of the best surgeons.
Still
Is. Mo, he has the knowledge. He has the instincts. All he needs is someone who believes in him.
I can't do it, Jimmy. It's too risky.
What's the risk, Mo? That Tony will die? Or the risk that Ed will fail?
You're right. I didn't think of it that way.
Well, time's running out, Mo. I've already talked to Ed. Tony has. Half the staff at this hospital's talked to him. But you're the only one that can talk him into this. You gotta give him the guts and the strength to go through with this operation, Mo.
And save our brother's life.
Ed, you've always been straight with me.
It was tried within the bounds of medical ethics.
So tell me, what are Tony's chances?
If we operate right away, Tony has a 40% chance of coming through without any paralysis.
And if we wait?
If we wait too much longer, there is a possibility that Tony will die.
I can't be. I can't.
Hey, I'm not interrupting your studies, am I?
No. Come on in.
Well, I knew you were feeling down, so I thought I'd bring you a little treat.
Oh, thanks, Daddy.
Ever since you was a little tight, darling, when you'd have your spells, I'd sneak a big plate of cookies and some milk. I'd bring them up. You and I'd pig out on them. And before you know it, you'd feel as good as gold. You remember how to eat them? Yeah. You know, your mama used to get so mad at me. She said, you wasting food. Somehow they just don't taste as good when you eat them this way.
Do you ever miss Mama?
Oh, part of me's always gonna miss your mama.
I don't remember her very well, but she used to make everything all right. Whenever I was upset or scared, she used to hold me. Everything was okay.
Darling, are you upset because I married Vanessa?
I told her I wasn't, and I meant it. I like Vanessa. She's real nice to talk to.
Well, you didn't tell her very much. Hey, I want to know what's wrong with my little girl.
The problem is, Daddy, I'm not such a little girl.
Darling, is this a female thing?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? I mean, there's a whole other ball of wax, darling. You know, hey, this used to take your mom something fearful, but she'd get over it. You will, too.
Not so sure.
Oh, yeah. Come here. You just lie down and rest. That's what you need to do. Just lie down. I'm telling you something. You lie here, you rest. Tomorrow morning, you'll feel like a whole new person.
Yeah, which room is available? Good, okay. Time, make it 9:30. Yeah. And everything else is all set. Okay, I'll talk to you before then. Right.
Ed, you can do that operation. I haven't said anything until now because I was afraid. But I talked to Jimmy and he made me see how stupid I was being. Honey, you are a great surgeon. And you can save Tony. Now, if I've ever known anything in my life, I know that.
I've already scheduled the surgery. I'm operating on your brother tomorrow morning.
Oh, Ed. Oh, thank you. Oh, what made you decide to do it?
A lot of things, but mainly your brother Jim.
No, isn't that strange? Here's this guy who almost broke up our marriage, and now he's bringing us together closer than we've ever been. Philip Spaulding, if you've messed up my life, if you have, I will never forgive you. Not ever, ever, ever. Hello, this is Mindy Lewis, and Dr. Sedgwick was supposed to leave the results of my pregnancy test with you.
there are so many beautiful arrangements. Philip, look. I've never seen anything like in my life. Look at this.
Oh, well, now, what about the flowers? Have you chosen them yet?
Well, not really.
We haven't had a whole lot of time to think about that lately.
Then let me suggest something, if you don't mind.
No, we'd love to hear anything you'd like to suggest.
We have a beautiful variety of orchids in the greenhouse. Why don't we have a look?
That's a great idea. Great idea.
Alan, aren't you coming?
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, excuse me, I'll get the phone. I'll be with you in a minute. Hello?
This is Bradley Raines, Mr. Spaulding. I'm calling from the jail. I've been arrested.
So I've heard.
Word travels fast in this town.
I've also heard that your wife has brought charges against you.
You disgust me, Raines.
Haven't you ever heard of innocent till proven guilty? And you better get me a good lawyer to prove it.
I should let you rot in prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but you won't. You know why? Because I got a paper signed by you. Now, what's it going to be? You going to get me a lawyer, or do I start talking to your kid, Philip?
All right, I'll get a lawyer there as quickly as possible.
You haven't won yet, Dr. Reardon. I still have a few cards to play. Like your Queen of Hearts, Hillary Bauer.
Oh, come on. You were going to get some sleep. You didn't go out.
I did sleep. Oh, really, I did. Now, you've heard of speed reading, right? Well, I speed nap. I can get about 8 hours of good rapid eye movement sleep in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and I can name that tune in one note. You're not doing anyone any good, or you're going to get sick. Now go sleep.
What's the point of sleeping? I just dream about you.
Hi, you two.
Hi. Well, what's up, Doc?
Well, Tony, you better say goodbye to that head of hair. You and I got a date for surgery tomorrow morning.
This has been Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, and Barney's. Furs by the Christie Brothers.